This is my Science Center video, and I decided to do Google Slides for this, and I'll be talking about all that was needed to be provided on the trifold poster, and then later I will post pictures of my trifold in the wiki. So for this project, I chose the topic of rocks and minerals. I go into define the rock cycle and providing an image. The definition of rock cycle is that it is a long, slow journey of rocks down from Earth's surface and then back up again. During the rock cycle, rocks form deep in the earth and move and sometimes change. They go up to the surface and eventually return below the ground. The three main kinds of rocks are igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. I go ahead and I provide picture descriptions of the three most common types of rocks. And for igneous, it is a rock formed by solidified molten rock. For metamorphic, it is rocks formed when other rocks are changed by heat, pressure, and chemical action. Sedimentary rocks are formed when combinations of rock fragments, seashells, and chemicals are compressed in layers and hardened. And for the manipulatives used in this project, I went ahead and bought a rock and minerals kit that includes a magnifying glass. And these are the 4 activities I chose. The first activity is a worksheet on classifying rocks as well as answering the questions that are related to the readings in this worksheet. And this activity gives further information about the 3 common types of rocks. The second activity is a worksheet on matching the images of the rocks to the written description, and this gives the students a visual representation of the rock descriptions. The third activity is another worksheet titled My Rock and Mineral Investigation, and this activity helps the students learn new vocabulary words about rocks. The last activity is a word search on rocks and minerals, and I decided to go with this activity as it is a fun activity that gives the students a little break from answering questions. For the exit tickets, each student will get one of these 4 exit tickets that has questions for them to answer. The questions relate to what they learned about the 3 most common types of rocks. This will let the teacher know whether or not most of the class understood what they learned today. The cross-curriculars in this topic are grammar and language arts. The students are reading and learning new descriptive words about rocks and minerals. They are not learning only about rocks, but they are also gaining knowledge of new vocabulary. The NGSS address is that the students are able to identify evidence from patterns in rock formations and fossils and rock layers to support an explanation for changes in the landscape over time. Lastly, the assessment strategy I chose was to use 2 rubrics, they are both similar, and the first rubric basically has that the student should be able to write 3 facts about the rocks and able to ask questions about them as well. And rubrics basically let the students know what the teacher is looking for. And these 2 rubrics I chose is what I expect the students to be focusing on.